terms of the training, this time of year, normally mums and dads will bring children along to watch training and things like that. We're trying to maintain a tight, COVID-free environment, so we're asking fans not to do that at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another thing. We've got the first stage of being allowed to train is called stage 1, not surprisingly. Small groups, so we're allowed to train in groups of up around 5. Maybe a couple of groups on a pitch, each with his own coach. The players have got to be socially distanced. They've got to have all kinds of protocols to make sure that they remain fit to train and they're not showing any symptoms. And it's all very restricted. So along with that comes the fact that it kind of excludes the fans because it's just not within the guidelines. It's not allowed. So again, it affects the behaviour that people are used to, pitching up at Crichton or at Brunton Park to just watch over the from a bank. Can't get close to the players. So yeah, as people stay far enough away, then yeah, you can just about tolerate it. But a lot of the close-up stuff that we're all used to it can't be done.
Full contact training returns for the lads next week, 3rd of August. That's a ramp up for Chris, but it's the same rules and regulations for the fans.
Yeah, again, that's stage 2, so there's another rule book of guidance to deal with. So at that point, before any of the players and staff can participate, they've got to pass a COVID test. So those will take place for our club Tuesday, Wednesday, which will give them time to get the results back in advance of starting on Monday. We've got to provide the EFL with our plan of how contact training will work. The coaches have to come up with a risk assessment of how their training will work to minimise the risk in contact. We've got to cover things off like how the players will work in changing rooms to maintain social distancing, how they'll work in gyms, which is seen as a high risk area, even down to things like medical treatment, number of people who are allowed in the medical room at any one time, what the physios are allowed to do to treat them. There's a whole raft of requirements that everybody's got to get their head around. So again, it's things that we're used to doing, we have to do a different way. So all that's at stage 2, and that's before you start playing any games, and that takes us then to stage 3. So there's a whole then list of regs about what you can and can't do, even to play games. And that's then we're getting into things like that people might have seen on the TV in the playoffs and other league matches, where you have red zones and green zones, and people can only go into certain areas if with the right accreditations. So that comes later.